My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today we got a special treat. Our guest is zooming in all the way from the beautiful state of South Dakota. He's a real estate entrepreneur. His name is Dave Woods. Must be a hell of a guy. He's got a hell of a good name, especially the first name. And Dave has done a few different things in real estate. He started with single family rentals. He's got a few storage units. What I'm interested in talking with Dave about is he also converted an old motel into an apartment building. So he did a motel to apartment conversion. And these days he's getting into the development space as well. So Dave, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Yeah, Dave, thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
So Dave, tell us a little bit about what your portfolio looks like right now, end of Q1 2025.
So right now, how it's looking, so I'm a GP on a deal down in Southern California where we're actually just got going on it and we're working on raising money on that.
So a
Um,
GP, what kind of a deal is that?
so that's
Multifamily?
that's an
Well,
assisted living complex.
okay. Yeah.
Yep. So we're working on that. As you said, I have a set of storage units here in South Dakota. I own a an old bowling alley that I converted into retail space for my wife. She's using that right now, so another conversion that
So your
happened.
wife's your tenant? That sounds like bad news, my friend.
No, that's great news.
Okay.
She pays right at the beginning of the month every
Oh,
time.
that's good. I'm thinking you might let that one slip if she doesn't pay on time. Anyhow,
Right.
that's good. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then I'm also an LP on about four different deals throughout the country.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now the motel apartment conversion, were you a GP or an LP on that one?
That I was just everything. I bought it outright myself, and I had a partner at the time that I brought in to help me with the remodel.
Uh-huh.
It was a smaller apartment. It was a, excuse me, motel. So it was a 12 unit motel in our hometown here, and it was in bad shape. It was run
Yeah.
down, abandoned. Maybe some tenants doing drugs in there that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But anyway, I finally talked the owner into selling it, got a good price on it, and I spent probably 5 months in there, completely gutted it, and basically tore out every other wall
Wow.
and made an apartment, a 6 unit apartment building out of it.
Okay. Very nice. So turned it into a nice little sixplex. And
Yeah.
did you hold on to that? Do you still have that or did you sell that property?
No, I held it for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And all the single families that you mentioned that I had, it's in a small town. I mean, there is no management company, so I self managed everything. I cleaned, I did everything.
Hmm.
So at the time that I had that, I had about seven other single family rentals throughout town, and then I had this 6 unit, and I had it about 2 years. And that was the time my second child was born, and he was getting, I think he was 2 years old by then, and I was having some problems with some tenants, starting to get the death threats. I mean, just
Whoa.
some bad tenants,
Wow.
and I'm the only one I got to go collect rent from them. So that was the time I decided to sell everything. So I sold all my houses. I sold this apartment building, everything except my storage units in my wife's store. Obviously, I kept that one.
Okay. All right. So you kind of consolidated everything. What did you get into after that, Dave? So what did you invest in after you liquidated your single family home portfolio plus the sixplex?
Right. So once I got out of that, that was about a year before COVID or so.
Mm.
And so I'm a general contractor now, is what I do. And once COVID happened, I do commercial, mostly schools, hospitals. Well, there was a lot of government money pumped into the economy,
Mm.
and I was as busy as I could have imagined. I was turning down work. So I went through about a 4 to 5 year spell where I wanted to get back into real estate, but I was so busy contracting
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then a little over a year ago, I joined a real estate mastermind, and since then have gotten back into it and gotten a lot of traction. And that's when
Cool.
I joined the group doing the workforce housing, the affordable housing type stuff that we're developing.
Okay, cool. Tell me a little bit about that. So what are you up to on the workforce housing side of things?
So what we're doing is we're going through the Midwest. We're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Yankton, a lot on the east side of South Dakota, and we're building affordable housing basically. Well, not basically, it's what it is.
So
So what
what does that look like? Because there's all sorts of I interviewed a guy a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about affordable housing in California, talking about mobile homes in mobile home parks on a rental pad rental, and they're going for $1 million. And that was his definition of affordable housing. So,
yeah, a little different than that.
yeah. Yeah. So
So
what is?
so we build Class A apartments, and we usually stick to about 25 to 35 units roughly per building. So we build smaller boutique style buildings. And the main thing we do is we cut out all the amenities. We're no frill basically building. That way we can obviously keep the cost of construction down and keep rents low. So when I say keep rents low, a 2 bedroom might rent for 11 to 1200.
Well, that's pretty good. And to keep it no frills, like how many floor do you have elevators and stuff like that, or are you keeping them pretty 2 to 3
No,
stories? What do you got there?
so no elevators. We keep it three stories maximum, and we
Yeah.
also limit a lot of the common spaces. It's not like the typical apartment with a hallway all the way through the middle.
Mm.
We have entries on the ends for those units, but we eliminate a lot of common space is what we do. And one part that really helps with this is that when we build it like this, the smaller buildings, it's not like you see this 500 unit
Yeah.
building that looks like a complex almost. They really fit into residential areas a lot nicer because they look a lot nicer.
So I'm trying to envision in my mind what this building looks like if you don't have a common hallway. How do people access their units?
So there's not one main common hallway, but on the ends of the building, there's a common stairwell, but it doesn't go all the way through. It dead ends, and then you can access those units. Then from the other side, you'll have the same thing, a hallway where it comes up and dead ends, and you can access the units from that side. So
Okay.
that way you can use that whole middle area for living space.
Got it. Okay. Very, very cool. Sounds good. So how many of those projects have you been involved in? And are you a GP on those or are you more on the LP side of things?
So I am an LP on one of them.
Hmm.
And this was within about 6 months, I got involved with these guys. I got to, after I invested with them, I just got to know the owner that's running all this.
Hmm.
And we kind of became friends, and he asked me to come on and help on. And my role is the finding land. So I go out to different markets and I'm researching markets, looking for land, working with brokers, whoever else it may be, the city. We've gone through Rochester, Minnesota, and we're negotiating lots right there right
Hmm.
now. And the next step will be Kansas City.
So it sounds like you're kind of into a variety of different asset classes, all the way from development and build to rent apartment buildings. And you mentioned assisted living facility. You're getting involved in there. Lots of different stuff. What do you find is kind of floating your boat the most?
Right now, um, I really like assisted living.
Hmm.
I mean, if you look at the age of the United States, it's obvious that we need it, and it's a big opportunity there,
Yeah.
to make money. You know, Again, where I'm at in middle of South Dakota, it's not like I have a big city that I can focus on here. I need to work with people all over the country and look at a lot of different asset classes.
Hmm. Very good. So, Dave, it sounds like you really got inspired and you kicked things into gear in the last year or so. Where are you seeing your business going over the next 12 months?
Over the next 12 months, we're pushing hard on these new developments on this workforce affordable housing.
Hmm.
We're gonna keep going on that hard, and I'm gonna keep finding land. We'll go to different markets yet. I am starting to work on raising capital for those. I
Hmm.
am new to that, so I'm just getting on. I got a few investors lined up. Aside from that, there, like I said, there's this group with the assisted living. There's a few other groups that I work with here and there. You know, some of them need earnest money and deposits. So I've been helping with that on a few of them, getting a spot on the GP team for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's not a get rich quick, as everyone knows. You know, I'm not sprinting here. I'm taking my time and finding the right ones.
Very good. So with all of the different things that you've been trying so far, now you're starting to raise capital as well, and you're looking for raw land that you guys can do this workforce housing on. What really kind of resonate? And you got tons of experience landlording, you got experience in development, you're a general contractor, you got a pretty broad experience at this point, Dave. What of all of that, where do you think your sweet spot is? What is it that you really enjoy doing and that just comes easy to you?
I'm a hands-on guy. You know, if we're doing something, I want to be on site. I want to be involved with it. That's where I really like to do. Now, I don't really have that right now. Obviously, in California, I can't do that. But
Mhm.
with site visits and this and that, I mean, I really like to go to the sites. I really like to be hands-on, be involved.
Very nice. Awesome, Dave. Well, I'm sure there's lots of people listening or watching this who'd like to connect with you. So if you were just to send people to one place, what would that be?
LinkedIn is the easiest place to get a hold of.
There might be more than one Dave Woods on LinkedIn. So how do they
Yeah,
know it's you?
you're probably right. Dave Woods, Pathfinder Asset is the name of my company. You'll find me with that. Or my website is pathfinderasset.com.
Fantastic. Well, Dave, you're off to an exciting new future in real estate. Congratulations. And thanks very much for being on the show.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you having me on.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.